In this video, we're going to learn how to use completing the square method to solve quadratic equations. And we're going to use these two examples to show how this method works. So let us start with the one on the left-hand side. So the first thing to do is to make sure that the equation is in the standard form. The standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So our equation is already in the standard form. So the next thing would be to move this constant term to the right-hand side so that we have x squared plus 5x is equal to 6. So when we do that, when we move the constant term to the right-hand side, we are left with an incomplete square on the left-hand side. So we try to make it complete by introducing a c. And we use the relationship that c is given by half of b squared. So that is what you're going to use to introduce c on the left hand side to make it complete. So we're going to have x squared plus 5x plus half of b. B is 5, so half of that will be 5 over 2. And then we square it. And then to maintain the balance in this equation, we do the same to the right hand side. So we also add 5 over 2 squared to the left hand side of the equation. So the next step would be to take a perfect square on the left hand side and take a simplified form of the right hand side. So the perfect square on the left hand side would be the square root of x squared, which is just x, plus the square root of the new c, which would be 5 over 2. Then we square that. Then on the left hand side, we have 6 plus 5 squared is 25 and 2 squared is 4. So we have x plus 5 over 2 squared is equal to, we can combine these using an LCM. So the LCM for 1 and 4 is 4. So 1 goes into 4, 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 4 into 4, 1 times 25, that is 25. So if we simplify this, we're going to have x plus 5 over 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 24 plus 25, which is 49, and that is over 4. So the next step would be take the square root of both sides of this equation. So the square root of the left-hand side is just x plus 5 over 2, and the square root of 49 is 7, and the square root of 4 is 2. So we have 7 over 2. So there are two values of x coming up. So let us write these as x is equal to minus 5 over 2 plus or minus 7 over 2. So the first value of x would be when we take the positive value, that is minus 5 over 2 plus 7 over 2. Since the denominators are the same, we just use the numerator. So we have 7 minus 5, which is 2, and that is over 2, so that the value of x is 1. And the second value of x will be when we take the negative value. So minus 5 over 2 minus 7 over 2. Again, the numerators are the same. The denominators are the same, sorry. So we only deal with the numerator. So we have minus 5 minus 7, which is minus 12. And that is over 2. And we get negative 6 as the second value of x. Let us move to the next example. So here we have x squared minus 2x minus 899 is equal to 0. So the first step would be to check that our equation is in its standard form. That is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And our equation is indeed in its standard form. So the next thing would be to move the constant term the right hand side. So that will be x squared minus 2x is equal to 899. Then now the left-hand side of this equation is incomplete. So we're going to complete it using the relationship between C and B. So we're going to have x squared minus 2x plus half of b. b is negative 2, so half of that will be minus 1, and we square it. And to keep the balance in the equation, we do the same to the right-hand side of this equation. So we take the perfect square in the left-hand side, that is the square root of x squared and the square root of the new c, that will be x minus 1 raised to power 2 is equal to the simplified form of the right-hand side, that is 899 plus negative 1 squared is just 1. So it means we have on the left-hand side, we still have x minus 1 raised to power 2. And on the right-hand side, now we have 899 plus 1, which is just 900. So at this point, we take the square root of both sides of the equation. So on the left-hand side, we have x minus 1. And on the right, we have plus or minus. The root of 900 is 30. So we have plus or minus 30. So we write this as x is equal to 1 plus or minus 30. So there are two values of x that come up. There is the case where we take the positive. So we have 1 plus 30 being equal to 31. Or we take the negative value so that we have 1 minus 30, which will give us minus 29. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe.